So guys, keeping up with the theme of our videos, we want to cover one final methodology of budgeting, which is actually known as activity-based budgeting. Now you might have heard or learned activity-based costing. So this is along the similar lines where there's a cost driver and such, but I don't want to use too many jargons and sort of confuse you. So I'm going to keep it fairly straightforward for you, and then hopefully through my example in this video, you're able to understand activity-based budgeting. So for this one, let's just straight up take a story. Let's not use any jargons. I will not go into cost objects or cost drivers because it's a bit confusing, to be honest. So let's keep it straightforward, right? Imagine you're going on a holiday with your friends. How do you think you would budget for this? Well, personally, what I would do is first I would figure out exactly what I want to do on the holiday. So essentially step one is listing down your activities for the holiday. So let's say I want to go for a trek and that's going to cost me about $50. Second, I want to go to a fancy restaurant for dinner. That's going to cost me, let's say $100. I want to go to a park. The entry ticket will cost me $20. So essentially what I've done here is I've listed down the 3 activities that I want to do while I'm on a trip. So that's step 1. Step 2 also usually goes hand in hand with step 1. So I sort of associated the costs with each activity in step 1. But usually if you want to be more proper, so to say, about this, then first you list activities, then you find the associated costs with your activities. So that would be your step 2. But I've already covered all my activities and costs in step 1. Alright, step 3 is essentially allocating your spend. Now, let's say that I said I'm going to spend 50, then 100 and then 20. So that works out to $170. But let's say that my parents have been gracious and they've given me $200 to spend. So now what I need to do with my money is I need to allocate the money that I've been given by my parents, right? My parents don't know the activities that I'm going to do. They've just given me a sum of money. Now I need to take this money and allocate this in the 3 different areas that we've already discussed. So guys, obviously the 4th and the 5th step then would be to track your spend, and the 5th step would be to readjust your budget if needed. And if you have understood this funda and followed along with my stories, and my friends, you all have understood activity-based budgeting. To extrapolate and bring you to a real life scenarios, you essentially identify activities, you associate the costs with it or the activities that drive your cost up, and you allocate the total money that you have into these different items. And that is your activity-based budgeting. Let's quickly go over one advantage and one disadvantage of doing activity-based budgeting. The obvious advantage would be that you have more control over the budgeting process, right? You have all your activities listed down. You have the costs associated with them listed down. So you have more control over your budgets. The disadvantage would be 1, this is expensive to do, and 2, this is very, very time consuming to do, and 3, it is not very easy to implement this. So yeah, so those are some disadvantages. If you've understood these 4 methodologies of budgeting, I am sure you can solve any sum related to budgets in your exam. But if you want us to go into sum solving, then do let us know in the comments and we'll be more than happy to support these and make these videos.